Being basketball is such a big part of my life. It's kind of like what I think about when I wake up, what I want to go do when I leave the house, what I think about when I come home. You know, early on, it was really just watching my favorite players, watching them on YouTube, and then I go like out in the back or go to the gym or whatever and like try and practice what I saw them do. Try and do it like in a live game or pickup or whatever. When I got hurt, I just continued to do that. Obviously, I had more resources around me with the Thunder helping me out with that, with coaches teaching me things. But I wouldn't say like I picked it up. You know, I've always kind of been kind of hoops junkie, so I've always watched basketball my whole life. Right when I got hurt, next day, got on a plane back to Oklahoma City. I'm doing imaging. I'm sitting on the doctor's table, and you know, I'm talking to Presty, and I'm just like falling apart. He just drafted me 2 months, month and a half prior. And it's like, you want to kind of validate his belief in you and the organization's belief in you. And then you kind of get hurt and you feel like you let everybody down, you know? And when that's taken away from you, you know, it's pretty rough. Especially when it's in a way where it's like, you feel like it wasn't really fair, you know, because I never took it for granted, never cheated the process. If anything, I worked on my body. I did things to prevent injury, you know, and that's part of the game. It can happen to anybody at any time. But I just remember sitting there and just falling apart. Like, not like apologizing, because I knew I had nothing to apologize for, but like, I was just like so hurt by it. And then, you know, he was giving me advice, and you know, he's a big process guy, so he was just reminding me like, the process is gonna win in this, and that's part of why I took everything so serious and like didn't cheat any corners or anything. You know, it took me a few days to kind of wrap my head around the situation I was in, but you know, once the surgery happened, it was kind of final, and it was like, okay, this is what's in front of me. This is what I gotta do. And you know, just like I was doing before I got hurt, I knew I wasn't gonna cheat the process of it. With that, it makes it easier to live with the outcome, knowing that, you know, it's not on me, whatever happens, because I did what I need to do. Man, it was crazy. So my first game back was actually a summer league. It's not as like cinematic as coming back in a regular season game or something, but I just remember I was like so amped to get out there and like play, and I was just like so ready. And we're out in Salt Lake City. And I remember the first time I touched the ball, I got like so excited, I just put up a terrible shot. It was an awful shot. And nobody looked at me wrong for it, because like I feel like everybody understood, but at the same time, it was a terrible shot. And like I just wanted to make sure I came out aggressive, because like I was ready to play. You know, I'd been waiting 13 months to play. I hadn't played a game in 13 months, so you know, it was just so much excitement. There was a lot of emotion around it. You know, I had my family out there watching me, and all my teammates, you know, were supporting me in that moment, but they've been supporting me throughout the whole process. So, like, I almost have like a reckless confidence sometimes, where I'm like, I'm not gonna go out here and like, if I'm not confident in my foot, like, I'm not gonna go out here and play, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get it right. So once I got to the point where it was right, and like, I'm the type of person who pushes things to the edge. So like, I'm like, I feel good, but can I do this? So then I'd go out there and like in workouts and stuff, and I'd like push it, like really push it to see if, you know, if I'm really good to go. And you know, I did that for a couple months, and you know, everything felt good. So I was like, I got no reason to worry. I'm just go out here and do my thing. See, my big thing is I don't like to have expectations going into things, you know, because one, you know, if you expect to do really good, and then, you know, you hit some adversity, you're like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Or if you expect it to be a really big challenge, and then you end up killing it, and now you're like, oh, this is easy, let me just kind of coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, expectations are like, I just want to go into things, see the challenges in front of me, take things for what they are, and work from where my feet are and figure things out. And you know, that's the mindset I've kind of always had, and you know, I'm gonna keep that going. You know, my focus coming in was trying to figure out how to help this team win games, and you know, it's gonna continue to be that for, you know, my entire career here. I mean, I don't have expectations, but at the same time, I'm not surprised by anything that I do. You know, I feel like whatever I go out there and do is accumulation of the work that I put in. I know what I can do, I know what I need to work on, and what I go out there and do is things that I've been working on my whole life. So, surprised by what I'm doing, no.